Have you ever wondered if the foods you've always trusted to keep you healthy might be quietly undermining your well-being as you grow older? Imagine sitting down with a warm cup of tea, reflecting on decades of food habits, only to discover that your beloved banana or nutrient-packed avocado could be contributing to unexpected health challenges. As we age, our bodies change, and what was once a wholesome choice might no longer serve us in the same way, especially when it comes to potassium-rich fruits that can strain our kidneys. In today's video, we'll explore the surprising truths behind these common fruits. We'll discuss why even naturally healthy foods might pose risks for seniors, particularly those with kidney issues or diminished function. You'll learn not only which fruits to be cautious about, but also how to balance your potassium intake and time your meals for optimal digestion and energy. This isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control of your diet so you can protect your heart, keep your muscles strong, and truly care for your body as you age. If this resonates with you, please subscribe and hit the notification bell, and let's journey together to a healthier, more informed life. Number 1, a wake-up call. Walter's story. Walter Green had always been the picture of consistency. At 75, his mornings still began with a cup of black coffee and a ripe banana, just like they had for decades. To him, bananas were nature's perfect food. No packaging, no prep, and packed with vitamins. But over the past year, something in Walter's body began to change. The energy he once took for granted became harder to summon. He found himself waking up more tired, his legs heavier, his heart sometimes racing without warning. At first, he brushed it off. Just aging, he thought. But during a routine checkup, his doctor paused while reviewing his blood work. "Your potassium levels are higher than they should be," she said gently. "Let's talk about your diet." Walter was puzzled. "All I've changed lately is..." "Well, nothing really. I still have a banana every morning." That's when his doctor explained something that shook him. The foods that helped keep you healthy in your 40s might not serve you the same way in your 70s. You see, potassium is essential. It helps your heart beat properly, supports your muscles, and keeps blood pressure in check. In younger bodies, it's handled effortlessly, thanks to strong, efficient kidneys. But as we age, those kidneys can quietly lose their ability to flush out excess potassium. What was once beneficial in moderate amounts can slowly become dangerous, especially when it starts to build up in the bloodstream. That kind of accumulation doesn't come with flashing lights. It hides in small signs: fatigue, muscle weakness, a heartbeat that feels off. Left unchecked, it can spiral into arrhythmia, even heart failure. Walter was stunned. He never imagined that something as simple as a banana could play a role in how unwell he'd been feeling. It wasn't about blaming the fruit. It was about understanding that aging asks us to listen more carefully to our bodies, to adjust with love and wisdom instead of clinging to old habits. With his doctor's help, Walter didn't give up bananas entirely. He simply learned how to enjoy them in moderation. Maybe half a banana a few times a week, balanced with other fruits that are lower in potassium. And the difference? It came quietly. His energy began to return. His heart felt steadier. But most of all, he felt empowered, like he was taking part in his own well-being again. This wasn't a story about fear. It was a reminder that caring for yourself in your later years isn't about restriction. It's about awareness. When you understand how your body is changing, you begin to make choices that honor it. And that, more than any habit, is the heart of healthy aging. Number 2, why should seniors be cautious about bananas? For most of his life, Mr. Harold Jennings believed bananas were the perfect snack. They were sweet, easy to peel, and filled him with energy before his morning walks. At 76, it was a habit he never questioned, until a routine checkup revealed his potassium levels were unusually high. His doctor gently asked him about his diet, and when Harold mentioned he enjoyed 2 bananas a day, the room fell quiet for a moment. "Harold," the doctor said, "your body doesn't process things quite the same way it used to." This wasn't about blaming bananas. After all, they're a symbol of health for many, a natural source of energy and packed with nutrients like fiber and, of course, potassium. But that very strength becomes a silent risk as we age. The average banana contains around 430 milligrams of potassium. For a younger person with fully functioning kidneys, that's no big deal. But for someone in their 70s or beyond, especially if the kidneys have started to slow down, as they often do, that potassium can begin to accumulate quietly in the bloodstream. And when too much potassium builds up, it doesn't just make you feel off. It can affect your heart, your muscles, even your ability to move. Some people feel it as an overwhelming fatigue they can't shake. Others notice their heartbeat fluttering or their legs feeling strangely weak. In more severe cases, it can lead to sudden arrhythmias, or worse. That's the part no one talks about. Because bananas look so harmless, many seniors never realize they could be putting their health at risk by simply sticking to the habits that once served them well. This isn't a call to fear food or to throw bananas out of the house. It's about stepping into a new kind of wisdom, one where we listen a little closer to our bodies and adapt with love and care. Harold didn't stop eating bananas altogether. He now enjoys just half a banana every few days and gets his potassium from a variety of lower potassium fruits, guided by his doctor's advice. He still walks every morning, only now he walks with the knowledge that he's not just eating for pleasure, but for balance and longevity. So if you're in your 70s or beyond and bananas are part of your daily routine, consider taking a closer look. You're not giving something up. You're evolving with your body. Because aging well isn't about avoiding the things you love. It's about learning how to love them in a way that loves you back. Number 3, other potassium-rich foods to watch. When we talk about bananas and potassium, it's easy to forget that they're just one part of a much bigger picture. Many other everyday fruits, ones we've come to associate with strength, energy, and vibrant health, can also carry unexpected risks if we're not paying close attention. For seniors, especially those with changing kidney function, it's not about fear, it's about thoughtful awareness. Take Margaret, for example. At 72, she was proud of her diet. Her fridge was always stocked with fresh produce, and she loved making avocado toast every morning, usually topped with a few slices of orange. "It's my version of breakfast sunshine," she used to say. But after experiencing a few bouts of dizziness and unusual fatigue, her doctor ran some tests and found her potassium levels were much too high. That's when Margaret learned something important. While avocados and oranges are celebrated as health champions, they pack a serious potassium punch. Avocados in particular offer about 485 millimoles of potassium per 100 grams, significantly more than a banana. Oranges, too, are filled with vitamin C, fiber, and nearly 180 millimoles of potassium per serving. These numbers add up quickly, especially for someone whose kidneys aren't filtering potassium as efficiently as they once did. But this isn't about cutting out these foods entirely. It's about learning how to enjoy them wisely. Margaret didn't stop eating avocados. She simply reduced her portion to a few slices instead of a whole fruit. She still enjoys a juicy orange now and then, but no longer pairs it with other high-potassium foods at the same meal. With the help of her dietitian, she learned how to create a daily routine that nourishes her body without overloading it. What's important here is the mindset shift. Healthy eating in our 70s and beyond doesn't mean chasing every superfood. It means listening to our bodies, adapting to our changing needs, and trusting that less can sometimes be more. Because even the most nutritious foods, like avocados and oranges, need to be part of a bigger, balanced plan. So if you're like Margaret, someone who enjoys a wholesome, colorful plate every day, don't stop. Just pause, reflect, and talk with your doctor. A little guidance can go a long way toward making sure your meals continue to support your health, rather than quietly working against it. In the end, it's not about restriction, it's about refinement, with wisdom, care, and joy. Number 4, balancing potassium intake for seniors. Potassium, it's a mineral most of us never gave a second thought to in our younger years. But as we age, this once simple nutrient takes on a more delicate role in our lives. It's not just another item on a nutrition label. It's a quiet regulator of some of our body's most vital functions: steady heartbeats, strong muscles, healthy nerves. And the balance of it, especially after 70, matters more than we often realize. For older adults, finding that balance can feel like walking a tightrope. Our kidneys, which once filtered excess potassium effortlessly, naturally begin to slow down. This means that the very foods we've always seen as healthy, bananas, sweet potatoes, avocados, can quietly tip the scales if we're not paying attention. And when that balance slips, the consequences are anything but minor. High potassium levels, known medically as hyperkalemia, can lead to muscle weakness, fatigue, and, in more serious cases, heart rhythm disturbances that could send someone straight to the emergency room. But here's the good news. This isn't about giving up the foods you love. It's about understanding your body's changing needs and learning how to work with them, not against them. Take Marie, a vibrant 78-year-old who once thought a banana smoothie every morning was the key to longevity. But after a dizzy spell in a routine blood test, her doctor discovered her potassium levels were too high. It wasn't about blaming the banana, it was about adjusting how her diet worked for her life now. Marie made small, thoughtful changes. She still enjoys bananas, but now she slices just a few into her oatmeal instead of blending 2 whole ones. She rotates in other fruits lower in potassium, drinks more water, and schedules regular checkups to keep tabs on her kidney function. With these shifts, she didn't lose joy in food. She gained control over her health. This journey isn't about restriction. It's about mindful nourishment. It's about asking questions like, is this portion right for me now? And how is my body responding today? And while supplements might seem like a shortcut, they can easily overdo it, especially with potassium. That's why real food in the right amounts, paired with professional guidance, is almost always the wiser path. Balancing potassium isn't about fear, it's about freedom. It's the kind of freedom that comes when you know your choices are working for your body, not against it. Aging gracefully doesn't mean doing less. It means doing things more wisely, with gentleness, attention, and the quiet power of informed care. Number 5, the importance of timing fruit consumption. As we grow older, we tend to focus on what foods are healthy, often paying close attention to ingredients, nutrients, and portion sizes. But there's something else, something quieter, that can have just as much impact on how we feel. Timing, especially when it comes to something as wholesome and familiar as fruit. When we eat it can make all the difference. Many of us reach for fruit out of habit, before breakfast, as a quick dessert after lunch, or something sweet to finish the evening. It feels natural, even virtuous. But for older adults, the timing of fruit consumption plays a subtle yet powerful role in digestion, energy, and how effectively our bodies absorb what we eat. Picture this. You enjoy an apple or a slice of melon just before lunch. While it may seem like a healthy starter, it can actually fill the stomach too soon, reducing your appetite for the main meal, where protein, fats, and other essential nutrients are waiting. Over time, this pattern can lead to not getting enough of what your body truly needs. On the other hand, eating fruit right after a full meal, while refreshing, can interfere with digestion. Because fruit digests more quickly than heavier foods, introducing it too late in the digestive process can lead to bloating, discomfort, or sluggishness, especially for seniors with slower metabolic rhythms. So what's the sweet spot? The answer lies in the spaces between your meals. Enjoying fruit mid-morning or mid-afternoon, when your stomach isn't completely empty, but not overloaded either, offers the perfect opportunity to absorb its nutrients without conflict. This is when fruit becomes your ally, gently nourishing your body with hydration, natural sugars, and vitamins, all while supporting smooth digestion and providing a refreshing burst of energy. One of the best moments to reach for a piece of fruit is during that quiet afternoon lull, when energy begins to dip. A small bowl of berries or a few slices of orange can do more than satisfy a craving. It can lift your mood, hydrate your body, and prepare you for the hours ahead. It's a simple pleasure, but one that honors your body's rhythm instead of working against it. In the end, fruit is still one of the most joyful parts of a healthy diet. But just like in life, timing matters. When you align your choices with the natural flow of your body, you don't just eat smarter. You feel lighter, more energized, and more in tune with what your body truly needs. And that's the kind of wisdom that makes aging feel not like decline, but like a quiet, graceful evolution. Number 6, personalized meal plans for seniors. As the years pass, our bodies evolve in quiet but powerful ways. What once felt effortless now calls for more care, more attention, and nowhere is that more true than in the way we nourish ourselves. For seniors, a personalized meal plan is no longer just a suggestion. It's a meaningful act of self-respect. and often a lifeline. This kind of plan isn't about strict rules or deprivation. It's about crafting meals with heart and intention, meals that truly serve your body as it is today, not as it was decades ago. It considers your unique medical history, energy needs, and any conditions that may have crept in with time, perhaps high blood pressure, diabetes, or declining kidney function. These are not just numbers on a chart. They are signals, invitations to tune in and respond with kindness and wisdom. Imagine someone like Mr. Leonard, a 79-year-old retired teacher who'd always prided himself on eating pretty healthy. But after a recent hospital visit due to a potassium imbalance, his doctor helped him realize that healthy eating in your 70s is a different game entirely. Leonard was guided to a nutritionist who tailored his meals, reducing certain fruits, balancing proteins, and adjusting sodium, all without removing the joy of eating. Within weeks, he felt more energized, less bloated, and surprisingly more in control. That's the beauty of a customized plan. It doesn't just help manage health conditions, it empowers you to thrive in spite of them. It's not about removing food from your life. It's about welcoming the right foods at the right time, in the right amounts, so your body feels supported, not stressed. Whether it's reducing potassium-rich ingredients like bananas and avocados, or finding the perfect sources of lean protein that won't overwork your kidneys, the difference lies in the details. And those details are best uncovered in partnership with someone who understands. Your doctor, your dietitian, your caregiver. More than anything, a personalized meal plan is a declaration. My health still matters. My choices still matter. Every bite becomes a small, delicious act of self-care, helping you move through each day with greater ease and vitality. So if you've ever felt overwhelmed by what you should or shouldn't eat, know this: you don't have to figure it out alone, and you don't have to sacrifice flavor or joy. With the right support and a plan made just for you, each meal becomes a moment of nourishment, peace, and promise for your body, your spirit, and the beautiful life you're still living fully. Number 7, fruit choices for seniors with diabetes. Living with diabetes changes the way we look at food, not with fear, but with a sense of thoughtful care. For seniors in particular, every bite becomes more than just nourishment. It becomes a choice that either steadies the body or stirs up imbalance. And when it comes to fruit, a symbol of natural health, the line between helpful and harmful can be surprisingly thin. Fruits offer so much: vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. But they also contain natural sugars, something those managing diabetes must be more mindful of. The challenge lies in how our bodies, especially as we age, respond to those sugars. What may have once been processed with ease can now trigger sharp spikes in blood glucose, leading to fatigue, dizziness, or worse. Fruits like bananas, grapes, and mangoes, though undeniably delicious, fall into the category of high-sugar fruits. For older adults managing diabetes, these can quickly cause blood sugar to soar. It's not about eliminating them entirely, but about understanding that moderation is key. A whole banana may be too much for some, while half a banana paired with protein might be a gentler option. Instead, many seniors find comfort in turning to fruits with a lower glycemic index, like crisp apples, juicy berries, or mellow pears. These fruits release sugar more gradually into the bloodstream, offering a steady flow of energy without the crash. They still satisfy that sweet craving, but do so in a way that supports blood sugar balance and long-term health. Take Helen, for example, a 74-year-old grandmother with a lifelong sweet tooth. After being diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, she swapped her morning banana for a small bowl of blueberries. Not only did she feel more energized throughout the day, but her glucose readings improved significantly. It wasn't about giving up sweetness, it was about choosing the kind her body could handle. In the end, choosing the right fruits isn't about restriction, it's about empowerment. It's about knowing your body, listening to its needs, and choosing foods that uplift rather than unsettle. With a little mindfulness, even something as simple as fruit becomes a powerful part of a joyful, healthy life. As we come to the end of today's journey, I hope this conversation has offered you more than just information. I hope it's given you a sense of clarity and confidence in caring for your health. The smallest shifts, like choosing the right fruits or understanding when to enjoy them, can have a powerful impact on your well-being, especially in the years that matter most. So tell me, what stood out to you? Drop a quick comment below, just fruit wisdom, to let me know you're walking this path with intention. If this video brought you insight or peace of mind, feel free to share it with someone you care about. And if you'd like to keep learning together, subscribing is a gentle way to stay connected to more moments like this. Remember, each mindful choice you make is a quiet act of strength. Stay kind to your body, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video, where we'll explore more ways to live fully, wisely, and well.